We have the yellow Isengard play AWHW to other side this time against the blue Dwarven player Inumara on the top side. Rallying Call has been chosen instantly from the beginning of the game. And last time he was actually going for offensive mineshaft. Let's see if he's gonna do the same also in this game. 2 furnaces potentially into the Uruk pit or not. We will see about that. On the other side, we see now, yeah, a little bit delayed Hall of Warriors, but it's fine. We have a Uruk pit coming up at the same time into the 3rd furnace. And the builder from Inumara is leading forward. So looks like you want to build a mineshaft eventually in the middle of the map instead of the side lanes, which might be unexpected. In this matchup, you need to do unexpected stuff as dwarves, you know, because he might expect you to come from bottom side. It's a gamble situation. And there are multiple pathways AWHW has to check all the time to be able to find those sneaky little mineshafts. So he might place it maybe here, maybe here. I think it's a good spot here, but the builder is walking into the other builder. So if the builder now, AWE is able to see that, he's building a furnace and cancelling the furnace. He's like letting him know, okay, I'm aware of your positioning. I know what you're up to and I will be ready to defend myself. And the second builder is now moving up to the top side. Maybe creeping could be also a solid choice, but it looks like that's not the plan from Inumara. He wants to put pressure on AWHW. He's actually washing the mineshaft. Water, water. Give me water. Okay. He might actually trick him a little bit, maybe from this location, and go for a mineshaft maybe around this side and attack from the top side instead. But we shall see. The mineshaft is coming up and he has one guardian inside, but the second one is about to enter the mineshaft. So the builder might be in trouble, never mind. I think the builder is way faster than those guardians from dwarves. That means they have nothing to fear. Oh my goodness, man. Playwood Wolf for the 10 gifted subs to the channel. Holy guacamole, my dude. Thank you so much.
Plywood Wolf just gifted 10 subs. What a pirate.
Wow, man. Hey, man, thank you, thank you. Really means a lot to me. Thank you for the huge support to the channel. What did I do to deserve this, man? Thank you so much. Means a lot. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you very much. Hey Max, welcome. Thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for following. Thanks for subbing to the channel. Really means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, Creepane is gonna be used on these guardians to debuff them. I believe this way the Uruks, they might come ahead. Last game he was making the mistake to actually you know, use war chants, but I believe with the Creepane he's able to beat them. It's also a 1v2 situation. 2 furnaces are already taken down. The furnace here is going to be taken down next. Thank you, man. Playwood Wolf, thank you so much. Hitting like a truck. You are hitting like a truck, man. We have Creepane on cooldown, Rallying Call on cooldown, but great amount of damage dealt to the economy. And actually those guardians are extremely powerful, man. They are able to withstand so much and tank this Uruks for days and for ages. The furnace here has been taken down. There is a little counter attack, but the builder should be able to get away. The furnace in the middle is coming up, but there is already a mineshaft from Inumara in the middle on the other side. We have still many games to be done with. Hopefully today, also maybe, you know, tomorrow we will get the chance to see Ectelion versus May Shadowfax in the quarterfinal game number 2. And we are getting closer and closer to the semifinals, closer and closer to the losers bracket, round 1, round 2. And hopefully by the end of this next weekend, we should be able to finish off this tournament, which was a 16-player tournament only, but hopefully we will be able to manage to create even bigger size tournaments. Depends on you guys. The more players are active, the better we can organize those events in bigger size. 32 players, 64 players, 128 players, everything is possible depending on you. The mineshaft is going to be found and taken down. Great micro here from AWHW with the Uruks. I like that. The furnace is gonna be found as well. The furnace has been actually kind of crushed in like 2 seconds. That's crazy. 248 people download the launcher, so I won the bet. Balindrich Mitanga, I won the bet. Our launcher is finished, so guys, if you wanna have a full different BFME 1 experience, just download it. It's of course for free. It will come up with an auto update possibility. And hopefully we're gonna be able to create something similar like that for BFME 2 and for Rise of the Witch King. That means you will be always up to date. Like what is important for me is that players or people from all around the world who are interested in playing Battle for Middle-earth games should be able to do that as easy as possible. And what is easier than clicking one single button? Like when it comes to install something like BFME 2 or Rise of the Witch King, there is so much you need to be doing. You need to extract this, execute this, download this, go to this website, go to that website. So lots of stuff has to be done manually, and many people in 2022 are quite lazy. So what I want to happen is like anybody who wants to play it downloads the file, clicks on one single button, and the launcher is gonna do the rest. That is the plan, and I believe with the new launcher for Battle for Middle-earth 1 we made this happen. Many Uruks on the field. 6 power points collected for Isengard, 400 command points available, 450 command points and 5 power points collected for dwarves. In the game number 1 in the civil war of the Turkish people.
Guardians at the ready.
Guardians at the ready. Okay. The build is gonna be able... He's fine, he's fine. There is one more sneaky miniature at the bottom side. Looks like the Guardians are leading forward. Isengard has no clue about this yet. He has no vision that Smoke of War for Isengard. He will not be able to see them until they reach this point. But then it's gonna be too late. Warchant has been used on his army. That means they will be stronger now than the Guardians. They need to use Rallying Call if they want to withstand this army. Yes, Gloin is here with the hammer. He's slamming them and getting to level almost 3 instantly. The furnace will be found. And the Uruks, they don't stand a chance. They are badly damaged. They cannot fight the Guardians. He needs to demolish that in time if he wants to deny that these units are gonna hit level 2. Because look at the damage, boy. That's crazy, dude. I'm always impressed by the amount of damage and experience they will gain from killing one single furnace in literally 5 seconds. Now they have charge attack, which means more speed and more armor, which makes them even stronger in a one-on-one situation. Crossbowmen are coming now to deal with the Guardians. Charge attack is going to be used to make them a bit tankier. And they are able to deal great amount of damage to Uruks. Of course, they will be taken down by the crossbowmen, but it's fine. They were already able to do what they are paid for. The builder. Go back. Oh, Yabadabadu, and not out are you. The builder, that hurts. And dwarves, they need at least 2 builders active at the same time. Because when there is only one builder, you might not be able to do the stuff you want, you know, eventually. Isengard is actually now in a good spot, I would say. He has in total 550 command points available. Even command points is always good for Isengard, because Isengard is gonna eventually outscale dwarves, unless there is Gimli. Like Gimli overall seems to be like the magical answer to all the problems of the dwarven faction, because the second he gets level 5, it's over. I mean, only Lurtz can stop him for a short duration, but that's about it. Saruman has no chance. Like not a single Isengard unit would be able to fight against the mighty dwarven hero Gimli, the son of Gloin. The mineshaft is going to be taking that hurts. It's a level 2 mineshaft, by the way, that hurts because it gives you 100 command points, and that's dropping down the dwarven player now to 400 command points only. Now he has to do the same, but the problem is there is not a single level 2 furnace on the field. It means Isengard has just much more map control. Level 4 unlocked, that means Shake Foundation. Oh, that can be dangerous because the Uruk pit might be sniped down. With the Shake Foundation, it deals such a great amount of damage to a single structure. That's crazy. Lourdes is throwing the sword. Level 2 unlocks the Carnage. But until then, he should not be able to fight against Gloin. Gloin is a tanky hero, 2600 HP, but he has also lots of armor. So it's not only about the HP of a unit, a building, or a hero. It's about the armor set, how much resistance they got against a certain type of damage. You know, crush damage, for example, pierce damage, and there are so many different types of damages. In a couple of heroes, like Gloin, for example, they are tanky and resistant in terms of having armor or increased armor against a certain type of a damage. For example, pierce damage. I believe you need a lot of archers if you want to be able to take him down. Oh, Hobbit summon? Is he gonna commit to the fortress? I don't think that's gonna be possible. Because he has Kribane, right? He was using the devastation. He might go for Saruman. Look his money. He's gonna use Kribane, and that's gonna shut down the effect, as you guys know, from the rallying call. Carnage. Hobbits are getting sniped. Oh, but he's gonna sent. He's gonna be sent back. There is like one Guardian level 4 committing on the Uruk pit. I believe the Uruk pit is gonna be taken down very, very soon. Lourdes is damaged as he's fighting against Gloin. Oh, and Gloin has been not slain. Gloin has slain Lourdes. That's what I was trying to say. Looks like the Uruk pit is gonna be able to survive. Gloin has to disengage. He has no heal if I'm not mistaken, but he has the power points for heal if he wants to, if he needs to. The furnace has been taken down. That's a lot of damage there to the Isengard economy. But yes, Saruman cooking, boys. Devastation gives you such an insane amount of money boost that you can make so much happen with it instantly. You know, the main difference between the Devastation and like Industry Field of Fires is that you get the money instantly, not over time. And that's a huge difference when you are saving up for something, you know. And Saruman is gonna join the battlefield very, very soon. However, Isengard has not much left on the field anymore. So this guy has not even used the Shake Foundation. And the lightning is being shown up, and that is the White Wizard Saruman. And I believe in this matchup against Dwarves, Saruman is quite useful because the Dwarven units, they are so immobile, they cannot dodge the Wizard Blast. They cannot. Warchan, that's good. Warchan also gives you obviously more movement speed, which you don't really need in this matchup because you are faster than the Dwarven units anyway. Gloin is gonna get in safety. He's level 5. More units, more pressure. Lourdes has to be revived very, very soon. Nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves. Very, very true, Honeysec. Very, very true. I mean, like when Gimli is using Slayer, he is resistant to be knocked back. Like you can't, I believe. Like I believe when Gimli is using Slayer, you cannot crowd control him. But he's able to knock down Gimli's daddy. I mean, Gloin is not like as mighty as Gimli, especially not against heroes. But Saruman, oh my goodness, man, Saruman is like disabling him from moving all the time. And boom, level 4 almost. That's crazy. The White Wizard, dude, I like that. I really do. I like these wizards, you know. I like Gandalf, I like Saruman. They are dope. They are my favorite. Okay. The furnace is going down. The builder is scouting. We have 350 command points only for Isengard, but who needs command points if you have the White Wizard? Fireball! The furnace is gonna be still taken on if I'm not mistaken. I guess so. He has Wizard Blast, he could be using it if he wants to, but I believe it's gonna be a waste of time or waste of cooldown for a level 1 furnace. Small fight, but looks like Isengard cannot win this fight. The problem is, and I believe that's what the Dwarven player Inumara has to aim for, is split the map. Like obviously Saruman is powerful, yes, no doubt about that, but he cannot be everywhere. So if you split the map and build multiple mineshafts, bottom, middle, top, and you perma pressure and use your mobility, not mobility advantage, but your money advantage and unit advantage, you can kind of crush his economy big time. Level 4 unlocked. Level 5 unlocks the speechcraft, which gives leadership, not leadership, sorry, kind of confused, experience points. Sorry, cannot talk today. Tribane is going to be used for scouting. Uruk pit is building up now. And another builder has been slain. That hurts. Lourdes is back on the menu, boys. Almost level 4. That's good. Level 4 is massive because that's going to unlock your cripple. So when there is a problematic hero like Gimli or Gloin, you can just stop them. And kill them right after. Because they cannot disengage from you. The thing is, you need to deny Gimli if he ever joins the battlefield to hit level 5. Level 5 Gimli is a troublemaker. I think his middle name is Troublemaker, you know? Gimli, son of Gloin, Troublemaker. That's his name. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Gloin back on the menu. That's good. Boom, Fireball. I mean, Saruman is hard to deal with, you know, at this point. Like the rotation of him between his spells like Wizard Blast and Fireball is kind of nuts. And looks like Dwarven player has struggled to deal with him. Big struggle. Because you have no catch potential, you know, you can never catch him with your units or heroes. He will always be faster than you. The furnace is going down. Lourdes is nearly level 5. Will unlock the leadership. And also Saruman has leadership in BFME Zoom. For nearby allied units, he will give 25% increased armor and experience points. Speechcraft. Alright. So the builder is getting in safety. That's good for Isengard. That's pretty good. Devastation is almost back up, which can also be used to stun enemy units and even heroes for a short duration. And 9 power points collected. by the Dwarven player, while almost 15 power points collected by the Isengard player. And the power point gap is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger very soon. Because right now, there is so much more stuff to be killed from Dwarven army than there is stuff to be killed from the Isengard army. So in long terms, the build has been sniped, that's good. In long terms, the Isengard player should have way more power points collected. The Devastation is going to be used on the trees. So he has now again 2000 something. I believe he has now either Worm Tongue or Charcoal Cooking, another builder. Oof, beautiful fireball. But Isengard player just lost 2 builders in like 5 seconds. That's painful. That's really painful. The furnace is going to be saved, but as you can see and tell, he's like in a turtle situation. Like, he cannot do much at this point besides defending himself. And during all this time, Dwarven economy is pretty much untouched. He's going for the industry, knowing the fact that he needs a lot of money. Now it's important that he keeps the industry buffed furnace protected as long as he can. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Gimli. It's time to stop him right now. Just stop him now, because he's level 1. He's not dangerous at this point. He cannot do much. Extra him at least? No? No. You know what to do. Everything is on cooldown. He's a caster, so without his abilities being not available, he can't do much. Industry has been used on the furnace behind. It's very important now for Avehave to keep this one protected. He has Uruks healing up slowly but surely. They are level 5. In level 3, he has kept a lot of his units alive. He has full population. He cannot have more units at this point. Warchan has been used. Remember, Isengard should come ahead. Oh, boom, son, on your face. Okay. Oh my, this guy's popping off, by the way. Saruman. Level 8 unlocks the Dominate. Dominate will make you steal them. Fight for me, you know what I'm saying? And I will hold your oath fulfilled. Boom, fireball. Doesn't deal any damage to Gimli, by the way. Gimli is so resistant against this magical stuff. Are you even trying, Saruman? You can only disable him. Don't hurt, but you can't kill. But this guy can actually kill him with the Carnage and Cripple if Gimli is level 1. But the more you waste your time not killing him, the more difficult and challenging it's gonna become later on. Because trust me, they are able to level up from level 1 to level 4 in no time. You know? Like one beautiful extra and he's gonna be level 3. Just like that. Maybe King Dane. I mean, he needs to have so much money, no? Now he's using the Man of Steel summon offensively topside to kill the enemy army, but the army of Man of Steel cannot hurt the enemy buildings. The furnace is still remaining on the field, keeping Isengard player alive, giving him lots of money. Look at his money though. Like, he's not poor or something, you know? Industry boosts your money crazily. And Devastation is gonna be available very soon again. This guy has now Visa Blast available, going for a juicy Visa Blast maybe. Lourdes is running wild, but he's full health. And we have also now Grimo Wormtongue on the field, ladies and gentlemen, with the speed, with the minus movement speed and speed rate of fire. He's going to make those Dwarven units nearly unable to move, you know? 10 power points collected almost after the Devastation, 450 command points now. On the other side, we have 4 power points collected after the Man of Steel, Hobbit Summon, Rallying Call, and the heal from the spellbook for Dwarven player. Gimli is still only level 1, he wasn't able to get any experience. But that's about to be changed. Shake Foundation. Put Gimli nearby. Put Gimli nearby. No. If Gimli is nearby, he will get so much experience share from it. Gimli is not nearby. Gimli is here. Yeah. His Uruk is going down for sure. He will be able now to find the furnace with the industry buff, even though it's a bit too late. Gimli is crippled. That's dangerous, but he has heal from the spellbook. Boom. Fireball. He was using extra on one single Urukai. Level 2 now has leap attack, but can he get away? Carnage. Oh, heal? Nah, it's too late. He was not healing him. I think he was healing here or something. But he killed a lot of the... He didn't even kill the Uruk Pit. Okay, never mind. But I don't know why he's not using the Shake Foundation. Just use the Shake Foundation already. Saruman is knocking him down on the ground. Okay, there are Uruks level 7. They are bullying the economy from the Dwarven player Inumara. And unbelievable how well Ave is able to defend himself with like 2 heroes. And these 2 heroes are crushing the Dwarven army and the Dwarven heroes. But just because Gimli is only level 1 or level 2 yet now. But he needs to be level 5 to be able to fight. Fireball, doof. Fireball doesn't deal too much damage to heroes. Looks like Dwarven player is able to kind of force the Isengard player to retreat from the bottom side. He has only 575 command points available though, because he has lost a lot. Now we have King Dane on the field. King Dane is a more like a sportive hero, right? He has high tier leadership with level 1, but that's all about it. So you need to be level 4 for the Mighty Rage for the debuff, and then level 7 for the Stubborn Bride, and the power spike of Gloin is when he's level 10 for the Summon Royal Guard. They are very strong. When you get the chance to be level 10, of course, which is easier said than done. But, you know, that's the thing. In BFME 2, every hero is able to level up from level 1 to level 4 pretty easily, pretty fast. Every level after level 4, level 5 is going to be way more challenging. Oh, he's slow as hell. Like, I believe the debuff has been used on him. Can he get away from the situation? I guess he can, he should. There is a mineshaft behind. Almost 11 power points collected. Now we have triple trouble for a Dwarven army because there is Wormtongue, Lord, and Saruman he has to deal with. One more beautiful Wizard Blast. Level 8 is unlocked, ladies and gentlemen. Now he can even have more impact than he already did in this game. Gimli is level 3. He's gonna steal them and make them fight for him. And look at that, the guy cannot move. He's gonna be quite badly damaged. Heal is on cooldown, I believe. King Dane is not gonna make it out from this situation. Cripple on Gimli. And Fireball. Get away, get away, get away. Can he get away? One hit, one hit. That's gonna be close. Oh, Carnage. Oh, he can't. He's moonwalking. And Lourdes is killing him for 540 in the bank. And Isengard is shining bright like a diamond. Lourdes is killing everybody. You get 975 for killing Gimli. And Inumara gives up. Just like that. Unbelievable. With Isengard heroes, he was smashing them all. There is a high chance in this game that we might see Gimli against Legolas. They are being recruited way more often in Battle for Middle-earth 2 than they are in Rise of the Witch King. I believe from like 8 out of 10 games in which we see Elven faction, we will also see Legolas. And the same also goes to Gimli. From 8 out of 10 games, we will see Gimli if the game lasts more than 10 to 15 minutes. We have early barracks coming up for the Elven player Inumara. First Malone to pay into the barracks instantly. On the other side, we see 2 mineshafts coming up for dwarves. So this matchup is kinda, I believe, from my personal perspective of as like a caster of this tournament so far, elves are also not doing a phenomenal job. They are also having like the lowest win rate, not rage, in you know, just like the dwarven faction. And we shall see. We shall see. It's a good map. It's a good matchup. We might see later on lots of Mirkwood archers. The thing is, what I've not seen from the Elven faction this many times in this tournament, but also not before that, are the Mirkwood archers. Maybe they are not worth to go for the transition, because you need to invest first of all like almost 1,000 for the upgrade to level 2 from the barracks, then 700 each time you want to recruit the Mirkwood archers, plus 90 command points. That's a lot of investment. Maybe it's just not worth going for. And, you know, I personally like the hero aspect of the Lord of the Rings, the Battle for Middle-earth games, because that's what makes them stand out in compared to all the other RTS games, like the hero aspect, you know, like that every faction has like heroes you can rely on. Like every RTS game is based like on rock, paper, scissors, right? But the BFME games are an exception to that, because they have heroes which can break the system rules. They have no neutral counter, right? And I believe when you want to go for the heroes, you need to do that a little bit earlier. This way you can get them leveled up a bit faster and easier. Then they will have much more impact in the later stages of the game. The mineshaft is going to be taken down in no time. And that's why it's paying off to go for you know, early barracks. Remember, he was building the barracks right at the very same time with the first Malone tree. Archer range now for the extroverts. I believe he wants to play a bit more. What? He was going for rebuild, by the way. Okay, I was kind of confused for a single second. I was like, why this mineshaft is still remaining on the field? It's because a rebuild starts from Ave. That's very interesting. But maybe it's a smart idea to actually lose only one mineshaft and not two. Without that, I believe he would have lost this way earlier, and then eventually the second mineshaft right after that. Guardians are moving. Can they take it down in time? Remember, the mineshafts are the tankiest resource buildings in the game. They are microing around from Inumara. There is one more Lorien warrior coming, but he's running into the extroverts and into more guardians. Maybe try to commit on this one. I think you should be trying to commit on this one instead. Or is he confident enough that he can take it down? We will see about that. He's microing. Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying, you know. Better focus on one and be sure that you can take it down instead of going for two, but fully gamble. You might be able to take them both. That would be great, but you might also not be able to take any of them. That would be quite bad. And I believe, you know, but he will be able to save the level 2. That's good. Level 2 units, they will have sustain over time. So that's pretty nice. The builder was scouting. He was building a mine shaft at the bottom left side. So he has in total now 4 guardians, and 1 extrover. 2 of them are inside the mine shaft. The counter attack might be quite difficult to defend for elves. He needs lots of archers for that. Like 1 or 2 is not gonna be enough. You need like 3, 4 archers to be able to defend. And ideally you want to catch them before they come to your side. When they are already here, it's a little bit too late. That's why scouting is extremely important. He has farsight for that. So with farsight you can also have a lot of vision control. It has like a really tiny cooldown, so you can spam this thing.
Lorian archers ready for battle.
Lorian archers ready for battle. So there is no buff for dwarves and no buff for elves. I mean, this is also like a buff, I guess, because of the range bonus, but no damage or armor bonus. So 1 archer, 2 archers. Nice positioning. I like this a lot. So he's damaging them before they can do stuff. But you need to micro. You need to keep your distance. Don't feed like that. More guardians are coming from everywhere, literally. Hit and run. You want to keep your distance though. You don't want to be in mid range against guardians with the Lorian archers. This Malone tree is going down. There is no doubt about that. The builder from Inumara, he's not paying attention. This is going to be painful. It looks like you want to lose. He will be losing him. Right? I don't want to look. Never mind. He's going to get in safety. Okay. The Malone tree is going down. That's the first one. Howard 199, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome. Hello, I caught you live for the first time finally. Hey man, Bella, welcome. Nice to see you on the chat. Thanks for tuning in. It's always nice when we see people from YouTube actually turning on into the live streams on Twitch. Really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. The Guardians, they will also be taken down. I mean, it could be way worse for elves, but could be obviously also much better. Now the Dwarven matchup is becoming much greater for Ave because he was using this momentum to expand and build multiple mine shafts close to the side of Ave, especially this one at the bottom side, and now this one at the top side. So Ave has to be splitted, which is not the best thing right now. He might even lose the builder now to the extrovers if he's not paying attention. He is paying attention, that's good. Inumara is in a rough spot. Ave can force a fight. Extrovers are also dealing great amount of damage to the structures, by the way. They will be able to take down these Malone trees in no time. No hero, no Gloin, no Haldir, no Lancers. I mean, what is the counter to this Dwarven gameplay? Like, he has 0 pikemen, maybe get some Lancers, or maybe get Glorfindel on the field. I mean, it's easier said than done. I see his money too. But just saying, you know, that this units would be great in this kind of situations. It hurts. It's almost a level 2 Malone 3. That's painful. Far side, I believe that's gonna be it. You know, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Dwarven matchup, if you get a lead, the games won't last that long. You know? You can win them in like 2 minutes if you have a lead. The snowballing effect from this faction is kinda insane. But also it's insane when you fall behind, the amount of little to 0 possibilities you will get with this faction to actually play the game. So in the right hands, this faction can shine bright like a diamond. You gotta trust me on that one. Lorian warriors archers, they cannot fight them in a melee fight, which is kind of odd because the thing is that the Lorian warriors are way more expensive than the guardians, but they have no chance against guardians in a one-on-one situation. Maybe because they are way faster. He's actually shooting from a safe distance, but look at the pressure, boys. That's what I'm talking about. You see mineshaft in the middle, mineshaft at the bottom, and mineshaft at the top side. Like triple attack.
Haldir of Lothlorien.
Haldir, yeah. He's down to 300 command points, and it means he has only these 2 Malone trees. He has no production building, no money. And only Haldir, I don't think that's gonna be enough to save you the game, my dudes. Yeah, rallying call on this 2 archer battalion. That's what all he got. He will be able to defend himself for now. But that's the silent before the storm. That's the silent before the storm, because the next attack is gonna hit like a truck. It's gonna be almost impossible to defend. I mean, Gloin could be nice because Gloin also deals like basic attacks from Gloin are also dealing a lot of damage to the fortress. The Malon tree is going down for sure. And what a performance from Ave. The first game was quite close, but I believe Inumara was like, okay, you know what? Everybody is picking Dwarven faction for the opponent, so let me also pick Dwarves, and maybe I can win with that. But Ave apparently is a good Dwarven player. He knew how to play from the beginning of the game, you know? Playing it patiently and doesn't make like wrong commitments. I believe the major mistake in the mindset of the Dwarven players is like, okay, I need to make stuff early on. I need to attack him now, you know? And when it backfires, what it does most of the time, then you are doomed. But Ave was playing it kind of patiently, going for small trades, never overcommitting, always trying to save his units, which was paying off. That's a lone tower summon offensively. You see the positioning of the lone tower summon, that's very important. He's summoning it outside of the range of the fortress. It means the only way you can take it down is like with an end expansion for 900. And trust me, like you can see the money from elves, they have not that much money. Malon trees are going down one by one. The few units remaining on the field as the command points are dropping down below 100. He will be out of units very soon. Tom Bombadil is this last hope of the Elven player. With the Sonic Song, he might make something happen, but Inumara doesn't want to even see the Sonic Song. And that's gonna be a very fast game from Ave. Amazing performance with the Dwarven faction. We have the blue Man of the West player, Inu at the bottom side against the yellow Isengard player Ave at the top side. Best of 7, yes. You can see also at the scoreboard, quarterfinals, best of 7. 2 farms. Nah, it's actually 1 farm into the offensive barracks. That's also what he did last game with the Alvin faction, which was not paying off really a lot early on. We have a furnace into the second furnace. I mean, the offensive barracks can be good when it comes to, you know, go for an early push. But the thing is that the distance between this fortress and this fortress is not that small. It means the amount of time the soldiers need to move from this spot to this spot will give Isengard the chance to build the Uruk pit and eventually get the first Urukai almost out. Maybe on a small map this can work out, or when you build the offensive barracks maybe around this spot it can work out, but I believe in a situation like that it's just not the best call, because look at that. They are entering the battlefield now and the Uruks, the pikemen will be clicked on. Okay, that's actually a pretty nice situation for Inumara then, I take it back, because I believe Isengard player is trying to creep with the pikemen. So pikemen cannot fight against Gondor soldiers in a one-on-one situation because pikes are weak against swords. So it's a very good situation. But if this wouldn't be a pike and a Uruk instead, look this, they would be almost out by the time soldiers are coming to the spot. But it's fine though, it's fine. Pikes cannot fight them. That's pretty good actually for Inumara. Maybe he can make something happen. He also picked a human wood, which will grant him extra armor. He will be eventually able to not see. Okay, he's able to see it now using the human wood. And you know, when you use human wood, you can also use the aggressive stance, because you will lose armor from using the aggressive stance, but as you get armor from the human wood, it will kinda compensate the amount of armor you are losing, if this makes sense for you guys. The furnace is gonna be found, great amount of damage, and Ave has to demolish it. The pikes are leading forward. Oh, that's a very sneaky attack. That's actually a pretty nice attack from Isengard, guys, because the thing is, the pikes are able to kill the barracks in no time. Literally no time, and that's the plan. Look at that. Look at that, boys. That's crazy damage now. You watch this. Oh my, that's very good idea from Ave, I need to say. That's very good, man. And he has crossbowmen now second, which means he can use them to defend himself. And he will not lose his Uruk pit. But Gondor will lose the... I mean, he was lucky that he got one more soldier before the... Imagine if the soldier wouldn't be able to enter the battlefield. He would have lost everything around the fortress. Now he should be able to defend. But that's gonna give at least Ave some time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure of X with the Raiders. Thank you so much, make sure of X. Appreciate that. Hey, Wilkie Talkie, welcome to the stream. Guys, welcome to the quarterfinals in the Warm Tongue tournament for BFME 2. That's best of 7 between Inumara and Ave. We are in the game number 3. Ave is playing Isengard and Inumara is playing Man of the West. And it's pretty good matchup so far. And the score is obviously 2-0 for Ave. He's only 2 wins away from getting to the semi-finals. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the read. Yeah, sure. No problem. You can play tomorrow as well. Mission effects against Ictelion. That's fine. Nice micro from Ave. He's hitting and running. That's very good. The builder is getting in safety. 250 command points only for Isengard though. And we have 400 command points for Man of the West. He has to rebuild the barracks though. That's very important. Did he do that already somewhere else? Yeah, here's a barracks here, hiding on the spot. Creeping with the tower guards is very good. The soldiers are going down. Against this many crossbowmen, maybe it's the best call if you go for the stables and recruit some Gondor Knights. They could do a lot of stuff here.
Soldier battalion standing by.
Soldier battalion standing by. It's not only about the HP of the barracks. The barracks has not like, it's not like the barracks has like no HP. It has 4000 HP, dude. Potentially it's even tankier than the barracks from Rise of the Witch King. It's about the armor set. The barracks or any production building, Mr. Valin, is very vulnerable against pike damage. So while the soldiers, they would need ages to take it down, pikes can take it down in no time with the buff of War Chant. The furnace is going to be taken down. That's good. Actually, Man of the West play is spreading out quite nicely. Look at the minimap. He has now 50% of the map under his control. And Ave is like only sitting on one single furnace. That's all he got. He has to now invest so much money and also time to build more and more furnaces. War Chant defensively on the crossbowmen. They can now fight the soldiers, no problemo. We have now more of them coming. Building finally disabled, that's the right call. Go for a trample against the crossbowmen, that's gonna be painful. The furnace is gonna be still taken down though, because they are made of paper. They are very, very squishy. Like you can see there is a big punishment system, you know? Like with some certain factions, if you leave your side unguarded, unprotected, you will be punished big time if any soldier or any unit really makes it to your production or resource buildings. The punishment is so big for not paying attention. Beautiful trample into the Uruk-hai, dealing a lot of damage and killing full battalion just like that. One more pikeman in Uruk coming from the bottom side. Rallying call is available. Human wood is almost available for the Man of the West player. Remember, they are able to stack with each other. That's a damage buff and that's an armor buff. But Kribane can shut them down, both of them. The farm is going down. But Man of the West is making a move. And that's the plan from Ave. Here's Kribane. He knows he needs the debuff. He needs that if he wants to be able to defend himself. Because with this army, all Man of the West player Inumare has to do is kill the pikemen and the Gondor Knights. They can clean up those crossbowmen in no time. Now micro around like this, no? Okay, Kribane is going to be used defensively. The pikes, they need to get in position. Tower guards are coming too. Remember, tower guards are able. Oh, one more Gondor Knight is coming from the other side. Sandwiching the crossbowmen. Beautiful flank damage, killing a couple of these units. Tower guards can now commit on the Uruk pit if they want to. Bad trample this time. He's losing a full battalion of Gondor Knights. One more beautiful trample this time. What is going on? Like mistakes over good things. Okay, the Uruk pit against tower guards is gonna be blown up in like 5 seconds. And now it's the other way around. Boromir, the captain of Gondor, is fighting against the Uruks, just like in the films. He's gonna blow his horn, but this time Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli are not gonna come to help you, my dude. Boromir is running for his life. Calling the captain. Luckily for him, there is no lords that can cripple him down. Okay, Kribane. I mean, I think the Man of the West player was still able to deal a great amount of damage to Isengard. Maybe Devastation could have saved him, but he's far away from this power spike. 700 command points, boys, against 400. That's a massive gap. Boromir was also able to get away, which is pretty unlucky for the Isengard player. There are still some pikemen you need to avoid fighting and trampling. He knows that. That's why he's paying attention. That's good. The furnace is still remaining on the field, and Isengard has to rebuild the Uruk pit once again. And that is the plan. Oh, be careful with the... You know, the heroes are also receiving so much damage from the pikes and Uruks. Holy moly. Like, the Uruks not, but the pikes are hurting the heroes so much. Oh, he's gonna die, right? Or... This guy is playing... Oh, heal. Nice beat. Nice beat. That's very good. I mean, the thing is that he needed now to invest 5 power points to heal. When he could have saved like... In Elwyn, the shield maiden of Rohan. Okay. When he could have saved like for 10. But it's okay. So he has now heal, Rallying Call, and the Human Wood. All the 5 power points from the spellbook of the Men of the West faction. And we have now a hero we don't see very often, and that's the Shield Maiden of Rohan, Elvin. Elvin, by the way, is extremely underrated and super powerful and tanky. She has 2,800 health with level 1. Lourdes has 2,400. And also her smite ability deals a great amount of damage against Felbeasts and stuff like this, and bonus against heroes. So also Lourdes will receive lots of damage.
Soldier battalion standing by.
Soldier battalion standing by. Oh, wow, wow. The stun, okay. Elvin on foot looks so funny. When there is a mounted hero like Elvin running on foot, she looks like a Spartan girl, you know what I'm saying? This is Rohan. The pikes are going down, and Elvin is still alive. Shield Maiden, that disguised dude. Guys, this one has to be the best ability in the game. Disguised as a normal Rohirrim, wearing its armament and fighting like one of them. Beautiful. Paper farms, yeah, he knows. That's why the farms are paper, you know, the furnaces and stuff like this. Look, the Man of the West play is, you know, spreading out a lot, and Isengard is dropping down to 250 command points only. And Man of the West has what, 850? Dude, if you lose that game, something is wrong with you. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So nice seeing the men's winning. Yeah, true. Man of the West is pretty, I mean, Man of the West actually pretty strong in BFME too. Pretty strong, unlike in Rise of the Witch King. In Rise of the Witch King, at least on the patch 8.4, they are pleb. Pleb. I mean, since version 7, they are pleb. But here, BFME 2, the Man of the West faction seems pretty nice. Here, it's Dwarven faction. Dwarven faction also in Rise of the Witch King feels really meh. Like, what's happening with dwarves? What is the hate towards them? Maybe remove them from the game if they are so bad, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Boromir is level 4, almost level 5. The farm has been taken down. There is another barracks offensively. More Elven warriors coming from the inn. That's pretty good. Guys, please be nice to each other in the chat. What is going on? Okay, barracks level 2 is gonna be cancelled. Oh, be careful with the Gondor Knights. Don't trample. Okay, beautiful micro here from the Man of the West play. Inumara definitely very well microed. Lourdes is coming in clutch. Almost level 4, that's gonna unlock. It's like a, you know, nightmare situation for Boromir if this guy gets level 4 because of the cripple. Then Elvin or Boromir gonna be doomed. Boromir is nearly level 5, that's gonna be a massive power spike. But Isengard is fighting, like the fighting Uruk-hai, you know? 9 power points collected, 350. And 3 power points collected after the Human Wood, Rallying Call in the Hill, and 900 command points available, boys. 900. He's chasing down this 2-3 pikemen, you know, which is not the best call. Elvin is actually hitting very hard. She's like, has like a high attack speed, dude. Look what's the attack speed of Elvin. That's crazy amount of speed what she has. There is an offensive siege wars coming up now. The siege is going to begin very soon, and Avehave has to defend himself. With this group of units, can he do that?
For Gondor! For Gondor! For Gondor!
For Gondor! And we see also the Horn of Gondor from Boromir. Human Wood has been used. Boromir not level 5 quite yet. Is the debuff active? The debuff is active somewhere. It's flying around. You can see that the Vestation has been used on the enemy units, which can also stun them for a short duration. Lourdes is throwing his sword, using Carnage. Aragorn is here to save Boromir. And Aragorn against Lourdes. Just like in the films, Aragorn is actually knocking him down. Boromir is knocking him down, actually. And Lourdes cannot move. And Aragorn, just like in the films, the Lord of the Rings and the Fellowship of the Ring, is going to be leading the army of the men to victory. So we have the yellow Elven player, Avehave, at the bottom side, against the blue Dwarven player, Inumara at the top side. I try Ave tactic with Dwarf. Okay, so he's actually mind scheming, you know? Rallying Call chosen from Elven player, that's pretty interesting. Normally in this matchup you see Elves picking the far side to see what's going on, but I believe he's kind of confident, and we have no random situation in which you don't know the enemy faction. Here you know the enemy faction, you don't need to spy. 2 Mineshafts, Hall of Warriors. and maybe lie. So Ave was actually going for the archer range for the extroverts. Maybe he's gonna do the same. Because they played this matchup already, right? In which Ave was playing dwarves and Inumara was playing elves. It was the other way around, and Ave as dwarven player was able to win the game. So we have seen dwarves winning this matchup already. Let's see if, you know, Inumara can do the same can do the same stuff like Ave did already. We shall see. Yeah, maybe we're gonna actually change that. The problem is that you know, in best of 5 it's okay, best of 7 it's not okay already, because when you can only pick a faction once, that's not gonna work out for BFME 2. There are only 6 playable factions, you know. So, you know, picking twice is fine, but maybe we can make a limitation to the dwarven faction exclusively. So Guardian start. He was fooling Ave. He was not building the extroverts in this game. Ave was able to scout this area. He is able to find the mineshaft. That's very important, and washing the mineshaft with his water from the builder. We have now Lorien warriors coming up next from the barracks, and they are quite mobile. That means they will be able to take down this mineshaft and disengage whenever they want to. In a one-on-one situation, I believe, however, that the Guardians should be coming ahead. We shall see about that.
One head after another.
Guardians against Lorien warriors, the show match. Who's going to be stronger? Hey Shanks, make not just dwarves only picked once, but any army only blocked once in every series. It can get a little boring to watch this with so many armies, but still great battles. You mean like you can ban a faction, and then what? What's gonna happen then? You pick whatever you want? Like, we have done something like that already, you know, in which you are able to ban factions from the series you don't want to play against. The problem is, or not the problem, but the thing is, I wanted to make something different. Even though I didn't know that it's gonna end up being like dwarven matchup in every second game. It's kind of disappointing. I didn't expect dwarves, because you are also able to pick random for your opponent player. Like, obviously, when everybody is picking random, it's more, maybe not more fun, but it's more, you know, stressful for the players because they don't know the enemy faction. In this kind of situations in BFME 2, random revealed or unrevealed is a big problem for the game. Like in Rise of the Witch King, for example, you have no benefit of picking random because your faction is going to be revealed in the loading screen anyway. But in BFME 2, random remains being random until you spy on the enemy faction with an ability like Farsight, Vision of Palantir, Kribane, Cave Beds, Human, or something like that. Human Wood. But that's not the case in this tournament because you see the enemy faction. That kinda changes the entire strategy behind that. And I want to see how well the players are able to adapt. Lorien warriors, they are able to reach this mineshaft, and the mineshaft is gonna get demolished just in time. Where is the barracks? There is the barracks. The Malon tree is going to be found and taken down. Okay, never mind, actually. He was able to protect us. That's pretty nice. Lorien warriors are still alive. They are healing up over time, by the way. You can see that, right? They are able to heal up slowly but surely while they are moving. That's kind of crazy. We have archers now for the defense. And unlike the last time we have seen this matchup, this time the Elven player is doing a better job defending. And I guess that's very important in this matchup to defend yourself as elves against dwarves, especially early on. Like, until mid-game, in which you can have, like, maybe some Lancers or even something like Glorfindel on the field, or even Arwen could be a great choice in this matchup because Arwen can be used for dealing some damage to the enemy economy, you know, hit and run, or trample down the enemy Guardians. But definitely Glorfindel could be an amazing choice because Glorfindel with the Blade of Purity has splash damage. When it comes to deal damage to the units when they come out of the mineshaft, if you have splash damage, you can hit like multiple units at the very same time, which can cause that in some situations that you can one-shot a full battalion with one single strike of your sword. Battle wagons coming up next. That's good because we have no pikemen on the field yet for the Elven player. He has only Lorien warriors and Lorien archers. That means battle wagon can be extremely effective, and Arwen needs to be careful about that. Use hold ground stance maybe? No? Look how fast the Lorien warriors are. That's kind of crazy. Don't fight them, just trample them. When you fight them, you will take so much damage in return. There is almost no revenge damage in BFME 2. If you trample, you don't take any damage from the trample, most of the time. Okay, great defense. I like that. We have a fight. Be careful. Not in the melee range, maybe. Lorien archers are gonna die eventually. Lorien warriors, they're almost level 2. And this Malone 3 in the front side has been taken down. Okay, so we have actually a pretty even situation. 450 command points available for elves, 7 power points collected. We have the same command points available, or power points available for Inumara. He is sitting on 400 command points right now. But in my opinion, going even in this matchup as dwarves against elves is a bad thing for dwarves. Because the more we go into the mid to late game, the more difficult it's going to become for the dwarves to deal economical damage. Because he will eventually have to play against many more archers later on. And then the question is how you want to deal with them. If he has protection with the pikemen and he has lots of archers behind, which can kill your guardian army in like literally no time, it's hard to play against. We might also see a hero very soon like Haldir eventually, maybe Gloin from dwarves. But long story short, Inumara has to win this game if he wants to have a greater chance of reaching the semi-finals. But even if he loses that, he won't be out. He has still one more chance. The creep is going to be secured by the Elven player, because unlike in Rise of the Witch King, they are also able to deal great amount of damage to the layer. Watch this. You see, they are able to creep this by themselves without the help of pikemen or Lorien warriors. There are some more guardians coming. Rallying Call is available for Ave, but also for elves, for dwarves I mean, sorry. So Inumara can use it either in the middle of the map or at the top side. If he can find this Malone tree as well, he can deal a lot of damage to the economy and resource income from the Alpine player Ave Have.
Press on.
Finally, Amazon shared Lord of the Rings series trailer. Really? I haven't seen it yet. I want to take a look into that. The Malone 3 level 2 is burning from the fire from the battle wagon, dealing, actually receiving only a little bit. Pew! Hawk strike on your face. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Prince of the Mirkwood Elves on the field. That's dope. I like Legolas. Whoever likes Legolas will enjoy this one, because Legolas against Dwarven army is like a cheat. Because there is no world in which you can ever chase him or catch him. And he can always shoot from a safe distance, and he is getting fat now. He's getting more and more damage to more levels, to more DPS. You can see for whatever reason, the melee damage is higher than the range damage. Hobbit Summon, very interesting from Inumara. He's trying to commit on Legolas, but Legolas is fast enough to even escape Meriadoc Brandybog, who is running him down. Look at this picture. It looks like he went for the dentist or something. Look his chin, guys. And he's calling it. Ave is actually kind of not saying anything, and he's leaving. I mean, he said something, but he's leaving. Alrighty, that's gonna be an important match, because whoever gets the lead, whoever gets the win in this game number 5 will get the chance to win the series in the upcoming game. And it's gonna create endless pressure on the opponent player, because whoever wins the series is gonna move on to the semi-finals and gets one step closer to grab himself the cash prize. The Man of the West play is opening with 2 farms this time. Eye of Sauron will be used for scouting. We have 2 slaughterhouses coming up for the Mordor player Ave Have on the bottom side. Fiesta series so far. I mean, you know, at the beginning, at the very first game, it was actually Inumara who had this auto-defeat problem. He was defeated automatically in the first 3 minutes. Last game, it was Ave Have who was accidentally, you know, deleting his fortress. Like a lot of Fiesta stuff. 2 farms into the barracks. On the other side, slaughterhouse into the orc pit. So the age of man is over. The age of the orc has come. Kekadoto, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, everybody who's just tuning in, we have 1 minute delay in the stream just to make it more competitive in the tournament games. Just, you know, in case somebody wants to stream snipe. So 1 minute delay in RTS games is a big thing. So you don't see enemy placement or enemy pathing when he's coming from the top side. You won't be able to see that in the stream even if you're watching or listening. And that's why we have 1 minute delay. Barracks into the soldiers and orc pit into the second orc pit. So orcs, they are almost for free. They cost 60. That means for the price of 1 soldier, you can recruit 3 orcs and even more than that. That's a big difference. And they also cost only 30 command points, while the soldiers, they cost what? 60, double the command points. More than triple the price and double the command points. The thing in the BFME 2 is that you cannot buy or use the shield wall formation unless you buy the banner from the barracks, which is something very strange or weird for me. Maybe with the shield wall formation they would be much stronger. Maybe that's the reason why. But you don't need to purchase the banner on the soldiers. You just gotta buy the banner from the barracks and that's it. They are now leading forward. In a one-on-one situation, of course, soldiers are much stronger. And also the farms are a bit tankier. 1600 for a slaughterhouse, and a farm has what? 2000. So slightly more tanky. Unlike the tunnels or the Malone trees from the Goblin and the Albion faction. So what you want to do in a situation like that is you want to use your orcs as a shield wall. It's like a human shield or orc shield in front of your resource buildings. This way you can absorb lots of damage while your orc archers can take care of the soldiers. Unlike the orc archers, they are actually quite expensive. They cost 300 each and also 60 command points. But if you gather your orcs, this means orcs or orc archers in numbers of 70 or more, they will be passively dealing 33% more damage and become 15% faster. So the horde bonus is quite underestimated and actually is very impactful. Especially the 15% movement speed means that you can move out quite fast. The farm is going to be found and I will be used to buff the orcs. That will make them deal 25% more damage and get 50% more experience. That means after killing this farm, they're going to hit level 3. Which means even more damage. Soldiers are being defended. That's very good, actually. Quite good start into the game number 5 from AVHV. Very well done. Level 3 unlocked for the orc warriors. The stable is building up, but that might be a little bit too late. And he might lose a lot to the one orc warrior who was sent forward. During all this time, he's at least creeping. That's pretty nice. He was building also a second barracks at the bottom right side offensively. That's something we see the most of the time from the Men of the West faction. They go for this offensive barracks. The farm or the slaughterhouse is going to be taken down, and he was also able to destroy this slaughterhouse in between the orc pits. That's pretty nice actually from the Men of the West player. The farm is going down for sure. He's just not demolishing that because the fortress was shooting at it. He's trying to body block with the builder, as you can see, but it's not working, and the farm is going to be taken down regardless what the Men of the West player is doing.
For Gondor.
For Gondor. The alerts are not working. Oh, really? I don't know, man. I have not done anything, really. I have not done anything. Orcs, they are trying to escape the soldiers. Look how much time they are able to stall, you know? They are stalling a lot of time by being positioned in the whole crown stance at the bottom right corner. He's drawing so much attention from the mortar player, they cannot be ignored. That's why he has to now invest so much time and units to deal with them. That's gonna give him more time to rotate during the through the map. And there are the Gondor Knights. The slaughterhouse is getting demolished. The trample is incoming. And that's gonna change a lot, because that's gonna force, if nothing else, to go for the Easterlings for the defense or the trolls. But Easterlings could be a better choice because they are cheaper. Human wood will be used as a risky move because Mordor could get the chance to cover this. However, Mordor has not the power points he needs to cover this. Orc is going down in literally no time to the Gondor Knights. There is nothing that can deal with this Gondor Knights as we are talking. No pikemen, no trolls, no counter. They can do what they are doing besides running into the fortress eventually. And Mordor is dropping down to 350 command points only. He has now one mountain troll on his way, but until he comes, he will also lose this slaughterhouse in the behind. Gondor Knights are getting slowed down from the trample. They might be taken down fully. That's gonna be painful, but he might also save one of them. That's good. I will be used defensively, but that's too late. And the slaughterhouse is going down as Mordor is dropping down to 250 command points only. He's almost command points capped. You can see the troll is not even able to enter the battlefield right now. He's dropping down to 200. Troll is stuck in the building progress. That's painful. You know, now the Man of the West player has the momentum. He was able to see the troll cage. Maybe he's afraid of a mountain troll, but the mountain troll cannot even enter the battlefield yet. So tower guards to counter eventually the mountain troll, or eventually you want to also go for a hero like Elma or Elvin, or you want to build just archer range for the Gondor archers / rangers. It can be also a great counter to the mountain trolls, because pikes are not the best counter to the trolls if they grab a tree, because they have a, you know, more range in compared to the tower guards. That means they can hit the tower guards before they can be hit by the tower guards, if this makes sense for you guys. The troll is going to be finally able to enter the battlefield. Level 4 orc, but a wave of units is coming from the bottom side. One Gondor Knight was able to survive, but the Man of the West player has no well yet for the sustain. Okay, lots of units in the middle. Beautiful trample is incoming. Painted land will be used to cover the human wood. And the mountain troll is on the field. Gondor Knights, they need to run now. Run. The slaughterhouse and Ave is gonna just leave the game. And I don't know what to say, bro. Ave was leading 2-0 and now he lost 3 games in a row. So the game number 6, the chance for Ave to turn it around, or the chance for Inumara to be the first player in the tournament of the Warm Tongue for BFME Tour patch 1.09 version 2.0, who will get the chance to move on to the semi-finals. We have the yellow Elven player Ave on the right side against the blue Isengard player Inumara on the left side. Shanks, we need to see a new Goblin map in the tournament trust. Dude, I believe Goblin faction is the least played faction so far, least picked faction for the opponent player in BFME tournament, what we have seen. Like, the least seen factions are Mordor, Man, and Goblins. We have seen Isengard a lot, we have seen Dwarves a lot, we have seen Elves a lot. We have an economical opening for Inumara by building 4 furnaces. On the other side, we see 2 Malone trees, 3 Malone trees, 4 Malone trees coming up for the Elven player. That's why I believe they wanted to have a big map. On a big map like this, you can go for an economical opening. Where is the work? On the left, on the right, and on the left side. Yeah, there are the works. Yeah, true. And you can see this is the special thing about this, special feature of this map. You have Nazguls. They are looking for the Hobbitses, and the Hobbitses are hiding from the Nazguls around this side. So Samwise Gamgee, Meriadoc, Brandybog, not, you know, these all the 4 Hobbitses. They are kind of running away from the Nazguls, which are on the opposite side of the map. Alright, so we have 4 furnaces into the Uruk pit. On the other side, we see 4 furnaces into the stable. Okay, that's a very risky move. It's a very, really risky move. Angut musun. Angut musun lan. And a work pit at the same time. Okay, work pit and Uruk pit. You might also see a barrack. So it's a pretty much identical start. They will go both for the riders and for the you know, barracks at the same time. What is the PowerPoint choice? Palantir and Rallying Call. So in a one-on-one situation between the units, with the Rallying Call, of course, the Elven player will come ahead. And for me personally, in like 8 out of 10 situations, the Rallying Call is better than the War Chant. What War Chant does is giving you less damage, but more movement speed. So 40% damage instead of 50. But in compared to that, you will also get 10% increased movement speed. And that's it. So work riders and on the other side pikemen. So that's a good call because he knew the upcoming lances. Unlike Ave, he doesn't know. He doesn't know that he has work pits cooking, you know. He might go for the creep with the pikemen, yeah. We will have Urukai coming up next. And first Lorien Archer is on the field. And first Lancer at the same time. So the first work rider is not recruited just yet. You know what would be awesome if we would have like build time and recruit time in the description of the units. Like, I am so used now in the patch 2.22 for Battle for Middle-earth 1, there is a description for everything. Recharge time of the PowerPoint, recruit time of the units, the build time for the upgrade and stuff like that. That, you know, I believe the more information is given to the players, the more knowledge he will have and the better it is for the player to learn the game a bit faster. Because I like to work with numbers. The furnace is going to be found and there is no defense. It will be taken down in no time. Once again, the resource buildings from many factions are extremely squishy and can be crushed in like 2 seconds. Alright. Oh, nice. Dancing around Rosie. Going for a trample. Can he do it? Yeah, he will be able to do that. Right. Oh, never mind. Okay, nice body blocking. And he was baiting off the Rallying Call. That's not the worst case scenario. But he needs to take care of these Lancers. They are doing a lot of work and dealing a lot of damage to Inumara. The Furnace is going to be taken down. They're going to hit almost level 2 after that. The amount of experience the Lancer needs in compared to the amount of experience a Swordman would need is much greater. The build is getting in safety. Look at that. At level 5, they will get 7% increased movement speed. Oh, the builder. Pikes. Oh, Ave is paying attention. That's very good. Very good. He also dealt a lot of damage, even though the builder is going to be able to sustain up over time. Not a big deal. Looks like he wants to creep. That's good. 450 command points for Isengard and 400 command points for elves. More Warg Riders and more pikemen. So far, I believe the elven player hasn't lost a single Malon tree yet, which is pretty nice. Because a level 2 resource building is giving you actually more than only 75 command points. It gives you 100. So the faster you get your furnaces or Malon trees to level 2, the better it is. The furnace, once again, at the same spot, will be taken for the second time. It's the first time counter-attack is gonna happen from the Isengard play in Umara. Let's see how much damage he will be able to deal. The archers not protected, there are no pikemen anywhere close. Archers are shooting down this pikeman from Isengard. Pikes are able to take down the barracks in no time, keep that in mind. So they should be trying to take down the barracks, but also Warg Riders are able to deal a lot of damage. Holy moly, dude! It's a barracks you are taking care of. What the heck? Oh my goodness, man. That's what I'm saying, you know, the punishment is so big. Like, if you make one mistake, if you are not in position with one single... Oh, be careful with the Lancers. They are riding it down. The second they enter the battlefield, they took so much damage. Yeah, the punishment system is crazy. Like, you don't watch out for a single minute, you might lose your entire base, you know, in like a blink of an eye, you know. That's crazy. These Lancers, though, they are doing a great job for AVH. They are dealing crazy amount of economical damage over and over and over again. The Warg Riders with whole ability, but against Rallying Call, they need to run. Run. Okay, can they take down one more Malon tree? It's a level 2 almost. Yeah, it's going down. Very unlucky for AVH. He lost the barracks, which means the barracks has to be replaced. You will need archers. You will need also pikes in this matchup, in the situation. Lancers all alone is not gonna win you the game, you know. Lords is on the field now. That's good. Lords can keep shooting them all the time. Can he one-shot them? Yes, he's one-shotting them. That's pretty nice. And look, the amount of like 3 kills. Like, if he kills 3 Lancers, he's gonna hit level 2. That's great. Oh, be careful. What are these Lancers doing? Nah, Ave is just like on point with the micro. That's very good. Like, one single mistake and you will lose them. There is a hard counter system, so it's like a big punishment system. If you don't pay attention, you run into the pikes, you will lose not only your horses, but also you will lose all your mounted heroes. Like a Nazgul, for example, from Mordor, if he's running into the pikeman, he will be dying. He will be Danzo in like a minute. Elves are expanding quite nicely though. We have 400 command points for Isengard and 650 for elves. That's pretty nice. 650. Now the barracks is finally coming up. We have no heroes yet from the elven player. No Haldir, no Glorfindel, no Arwen, nothing like that. But this might happen very soon. Lourdes is headbutting, you know, like bam, boom, chak, chuk. Look at him. He doesn't care, boys. He doesn't care. He's like tomato now, tomato Lourdes. Let it be carnage.
Don't draw attention.
Yeah, run. You better run, you know. Why are you running? You know, imagine like this gif now. Why are you running? Why are you running? Almost level 5. That's good. And repeatedly, it happens. Like, this furnace on this spot has been taken down for the 3rd time now. That's crazy. I mean, Inumara is a bit too greedy. He has no pikemen to defend himself. Like, they need to be in position. Because AVH is such a great lead now. Oh, the builder, he's paying attention. That's good. This one is going to be taken down. Haldir is on the field now. Is the first hero from the elven player. Varax is up on the field once again after it was destroyed before. The Lancers are getting in safety, no problemo. Invitement of Dunland has been special summoned. The Lancers are not in position and Haldir is experiencing the full potential of Lourdes. Lourdes, let it be carnage. Slay them all. Does he have heal? No, he has arrow volley though. Arrow volley. He's coming in clutch. Isengard is paying attention. Nice dodge. He's running into it then. What? He was dodging it and then he was running into it. And Haldir is also getting in safety. That's bad. Lourdes. Where is Lourdes? Is Lourdes dead? No, Lourdes is alive. But he's also badly damaged. What is Haldir doing? Haldir, shoot him. Shoot him. I don't know what is going on. Like Fiesta. Like back and forth mistakes. He's level 2. He's baiting the pikeman maybe. Yeah, he did bait the pikeman. Lourdes now, but Trample is incoming into the archer lines. It's very good. Lot of damage dealt. The full archer is going to be taken down. Lourdes is almost level 5. Lourdes has Carnage, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Should be available very, very soon. That was a good fight for elves. Because the arrow volley was hitting like a truck. So he killed a lot. The Weapon of Dunland summon was getting blown up. Like, they were summoned, and then the arrow volley was taking care of them at the very same time. Remember, there are no horse archers in this stable, unlike in the stable from the Elven faction in the Rise of the Witch King. Palantir for increased movement speed. 500 command points for Isengard, and we have 550 for Elves. So it's a pretty even game, but there are once again a lot of lancers coming, and looks like once again Isengard player is not ready to defend that. Like, he needs to just place a couple of pikes close to the mineshaft, or the furnaces rather, if he wants to be able to defend himself. Like, they are dealing crazy amount of damage and always microing around, getting in safety and defending at the same time. That's the way you want to play this game with the Elven faction. Defend with your infantry and put pressure with your cavalry. The creep is going to be secured by Isengard. That's good. More lancers. 3 power points collected, full command points, command points kept rather for AVHV. And we have 400 command points available for Isengard in Umara. So Isengard is slightly behind, but it's nothing too crazy. One single attack can change this game and turn it around. The creep has been secured. He has now leadership with Lords. That's good. There is no debuff. So unless you go for the mist from the spellbook of Elven faction, you cannot debuff the enemy units. That's not possible. But Isengard can debuff your army. So they can debuff you, make you weaker, while they remain being strong. However, you don't want to use the War Chant and Lord's leadership at the same time. They don't stack. So don't use War Chant here. That doesn't make any sense. Trample is incoming. Whole ability may be beautiful, but he's also getting damage as they get slowed down. The Vargs are gonna be taken down. Haldit is almost level 4. In the meantime, small fights going on, but the Lancers are peeling back. 5 power points collected. He has enough power points now for the Creebane if he wants to. Lords cannot commit on this fight. There are just too many units to fight against. And Trample is incoming once again from both the sides. The Pikes, they are not in position. The Uruks, oh, nice S, by the way, he's pressing S, stopping the units from moving. And now the Elven player might deal a lot of damage. In the meantime, one Pikeman is putting pressure, but also this is being noticed by AVHV. Weapon of Talent Summon is still available, is still on cooldown. 350 command points only for Isengard against 600 from Elves. Arrow Volley is quite fast reloading, man. That's crazy how fast this thing is up again. Remember, it was used at the same time with the Weapon of Talent Summon. So Weapon of Talent Summon is still a quarter away from being ready, while the Arrow Volley is up already. So that's a huge difference. The stable level 3 to make it tankier. I believe with the level 3 it cannot be taken down. Never mind, I take it back. It actually chunks, dude. These units are chunking the stable level 3, which also is able to shoot. They won't be able to finish it off, don't get me wrong, but if there would be not such a great defense from AVHV, this stable would have been taken down. The amount of damage the Pikes are dealing to the production buildings is kind of crazy. Okay, the furnace is building up. Uruk Pikemen were trying to defend. Isengard is kind of in a bad spot. Maybe Devastation could be helpful. Maybe, you know, Industry could be helpful. Something like that. Because he needs some sort of money boost. Devastation can be double effective. There is the first tower coming up in the middle of the map. Palantir is going to be able to scout this area. He's able to see the Elven army now. Weapon of Talent Summon is available, but the thing is, if you use the Weapon of Talent Summon, if there are nearby enemy cavalry, they will get trampled down the second they get spawned. Or he might just, like the last time, use Arrow Volley, then kill them all at the same time as they get spawned. So, long story short, I believe the Weapon of Talent Summon is not going to be too effective in this kind of situations for the Isengard player. He's putting pressure with the Pikeman level 3. He will be able now to deal to eventually take down like 1, 2, 3 of the Malone trees. But the thing is that the Elven player has so much money and great amount of map control. Like, he's now kind of securing his place in the middle of the map. Lemon7, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. And he doesn't want to lose any time. He want to build the end mode and go for the siege. That's the plan. And the thing is that right now, Elven army is so powerful that I don't see a way of Isengard getting past the units, these archers and Lorien warriors and pikemen, in order to be able to reach the Ents, because Ents are gonna throw rocks from a really long distance. And if you want to take them down, Crossbowmen are not gonna do the magic trick. You need to get into the melee range with either lords or pikes to be able to take them down. So if you can't do that in time, they will be able to take down your structures and also your fortress. Pikes are going down. It's a huge elven army. Weapon of Dunland. But Arrow Volley is coming in clutch. You see that? Where he's placing it on top of his own units. But this time the Isengard player was able to dodge the incoming damage. But what's next? Lords is taking lots of damage. Beautiful trample, and that's what we are talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You summon them, they are weak against trample. Lords has been taken. That's GG. Like I don't think Isengard player can turn this game around anymore. And also Alpha Tony, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Hey, Irby is in the chat. I cannot believe my eyes. Nice to see you, bro. How you doing today? Oh, bad trample into the pikeman. And blue metal, thanks for the follow as well. Thank you. Appreciate that. Means a lot. Guys, you are just in time. Let me tell you that much. You are just in time because we have now the first quarterfinals in the Warm Tongue tournament for BFME 2. And we are about to jump into the final game, the game number 7. That is the plan, the deciding game to see the first player who is moving to the semi-finals. For that reason, they need to scout. They need to use like Kribane or Palantir. And Mordor is to use like Tainted Lands or the Eye of Sauron to scout the enemy faction. Without scouting, we have no knowledge. Mordor is gonna pick the Eye of Sauron. The Mordor player is Inumara. And Isengard is not picking anything from the spellbook yet. But he doesn't need to now because he knows it's Mordor. That's the only faction that can use the Great Eye of Sauron. He's able to scout. He's able to see the 2 furnaces coming up for Isengard. What is the plan early on? You will see eventually many orc pits against Uruk-hai. And that's the... Nah, never mind, I take it back. We have a tavern coming up for the Mordor player. And an Uruk pit coming up for the Isengard player. Tavern is a very interesting strategy from the Mordor in BFME 2 because it will give you the chance to recruit the Corsairs of Umbar. However, they are not good against Uruks, you know. They are good only against Uruk pikemen. So I don't know about that. And they're also very expensive. They cost 400 each. Extremely expensive. Orc pit coming up at the same time. So Isengard is picking up the war chant, which is okay because he doesn't need to scout really. I mean, scouting would still be helpful to see the enemy buildings. But maybe he's expecting just a lot of orcs. War chant is just better because of dealing more damage with the help of war chant. For 40% more damage, 10% more movement speed, and 50% more combat experience. Etamars 2 is looking like that, by the way. Just in case you have not seen this map before, there is an inn. This inn is designed very beautiful. I like that. Troll is guarding this area. Same also around this side, obviously. The maps are almost every single time symmetrical to make it more balanced. If orcs coming and Corsairs at the same time. So Corsairs, once again, they cost a lot. 400 is a lot of money. They cost even more than Uruk-hai. Yet they have no chance against Uruks. Who won last match? Last match was won by AWH. Dark Vessler, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome, hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Thank you. So the Uruks against Orcs. But looks like they don't want to fight. Corsairs cannot fight them either, you know? You cannot fight against them. So you need a lot of Orcs to body block this. But remember, Isengard has war chant, right? With that, he can just make them extremely strong and take down the buildings. Even Orc pit can be taken down by the Uruks then in no time. So Orcs or Corsairs are reaching out to the furnace. The furnaces are not tanky, they are squishy. This furnace is going down for sure. Corsairs also have the chance to use the fire bombs if they want to. And they are trying to disengage. They look like they are faster than Uruk, so they should be just good to go. The Uruk was able to get behind. The slaughterhouse here is going to be definitely taken down. So Mordor is kind of ignoring the fact that he's losing the slaughterhouse, right? He's going to attack instead. When I just put pressure, most of the time offense is the best defense. More orcs are coming. The furnace here is going to be taken down. Orc archers. Oh, the tavern. Can he take it down in time? Balindru, can you please enable emote only chat? from now on until the end of the game. Alright. 400 command points available for Mordor and 250 only for Isengard. So Isengard actually lost a lot. It was actually not a bad choice from Inumara to kind of leave the one Uruk trying to damage his buildings, but use all the force he got to go for the attack. And with that strategy and choice, he was able to deal great amount of damage to the economy of Isengard. He lost a lot of the furnace. I think he lost every single furnace. Yeah, he lost every single furnace from the beginning of the game. And he's dropping down to 250 command points, while Mordor is 450. I am not mad. Yeah, I believe you, dude. I believe you. I believe that you're not mad. The thing is, that's very unlucky because Abe was leading 2-0 against Inimara. Then he lost 3 games in a row, and now he's in the final game. I think he was not expecting such an outcome. I think he was expecting it to be fast serious. You know what I'm saying? Orcs are actually kind of crazy against furnaces. Furnaces are so strong. $450 against 300, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I think everything is possible. We shall see if he can turn this around. Literal people, yeah. Abe is complaining about the tankiness of the buildings. And that's true for the factions like Isengard or Elves. Their buildings, especially the resource buildings, are extremely squishy. So once again, the punishment system is huge. So if you don't pay attention, if you don't respect the one orc or 2 orcs, because normally in other games they would take a little bit longer than 20 seconds to destroy your building, but here in BFME 2 they can take them down in no time. Abe is placing, beacons. He's like, what is going on? How they are able to destroy my furnace like that? But it is how it is. War Riders! I have Sauron 350 command points for Mordor and 300 command points for Isengard, so it's pretty even. 50 command points difference is not a big gap, anything can still happen. The furnace, the slaughterhouse radar is gonna be definitely taken down. War Riders is very good actually in this situation. There is no counter to that, right? No, not yet at least. They are going for a beautiful trample. Juicy, very juicy. Look how much damage they were able to deal. They got slowed down a little bit, but it's fine now. They can reset the slow progress and go for another beautiful and juicy trample into the enemy lines. The slaughterhouse has been taken down. The army has been wiped out. What a beautiful turnaround. The Nazgul, what is the Nazgul doing? Nazgul is badly damaged. Can he do something? The build has been taken down from Mordor, and Abe is actually now turning the game around in like a second. What is going on? He was down to 250 command points only, but the will of the will is very important. The mindset is very important, and once again, because the game is so snowbally, right, you can always turn the game around. You can always turn the game around. Like this kind of shaking head in the chat, like and I am breathing fire in the chat, by the way, guys. I am breathing fire. Nazgul level 4 is pretty low, so he needs to be careful. And I believe Mordor is now doomed, right? He's down to 300 command points, but Isengard is also at 350 command points. I don't know, man. He's now dropping down also to 300 command points only. What's going on? Fiesta game. Okay, he will be able to defend himself for now. The Nazgul is debuffing the enemy units. Keep that in mind. We have Easterlings creeping now. That's good. He will need the additional money he can get. Okay. 400 command points available for Isengard. 300 for Mordor. Power point wise, we have 9 almost for Inumara and almost 10 for Abe. I believe after the war chant, he has the chance to go for the devastation, which can help him a lot economically, and he might get a lot of money boost, which can be invested into something like Lourdes or Sharku or Grima Wormtongue, or he might just go for like a summon, to summon eventually additional units like Wildman of Dunland. Because as we are talking, there is not much more than a Nazgul who can trample from Mordor. So there is not a big counter to the enemy Wildman of Dunland special summon. So if you can combine it with an attack like this, you have like Pikemen, Uruks, maybe 2 Pikemen and 1 Urukai, and then the Wildman of Dunland additionally on top of the army you got, and you war chant them all together, and then split them up a little bit. This way the Nazgul cannot debuff them all, because there is only one single Nazgul, and the Nazgul cannot be everywhere at the same time. Then you split them up, focus on the barracks like Orc Pit, Haradrim Palace Tavern, and then also on the remaining slaughterhouses. This might deal a lot of damage. This might actually deal crazy amount of damage. And he's really close to the 10 power points power spike, right? Mordor has already 10 power points collected now from the Eye of Sauron, after the Eye of Sauron I mean. Nazgul can, if he needs to, be dismounted to get a bit more tanky against pikemen. But the thing about the pikemen is, pikemen are generally dealing more damage to heroes in BFME 2. And also to buildings. So pikes are actually very impactful. The only, I mean, they have of course weaknesses too. They are weak against swordsmen, they are weak against archers. But they are still very impactful. That's why they are so expensive. They cost what? 450 each, while Uruks they cost 300. They cost 50% more than Uruk-hai. Okay, so he went for the barricade. Barricades, very interesting. Where he was using the barricade at? He was using the barricade offensively. I think it's okay, because the Isengard play can ignore this, right? So he doesn't need to commit on this fight. And Isengard is going for Creebane. Okay, he went for the Creebane to debuff the enemy units. The barricade is kind of hard to be taken down as we are talking. You know, there are units to protect it, obviously Corsairs and Easterlings, so it's hard to commit against. But the thing is, the positioning of the barricade is so bad that Isengard has not to commit against that. Maybe here would be a better positioning, because then the barricade could be shooting at the enemy units when they come out from the Uruk pit. You know what I'm saying? Would be a better choice. Okay. So welcome back, boys. Almost 6 power points collected. Barricade is also recharging quite fast. And the thing is, it's also upgradable with the fire arrow. So if you buy the upgrade on the Mordor fortress, you know, and you get the fire munitions, it will also affect the barricade, and the barricade will be able to shoot with fire arrows. Now the commitment against the Uruk pit. Where is Isengard at? Where is Isengard at? You cannot let this happen. The Uruk pit is going to be taken down. The Easterlings are dealing crazy amount of damage to the Uruk pit. 500 command points only for Mordor, but even less than that for Isengard. What a back and forth game. Now there is a counterattack happening. I think he was going all the way around, but Mordor was using this momentum to attack him at the very same time. The furnace is going to be protected, but the Uruk pit hurts. Like, he has lost the Warp pit, and he has also lost the Uruk pit. That means right now there is no production at this point, you know? The sound effects are not working right now, guys. Sorry for that. I see you. I have Sauron to... these Corsairs are extremely powerful against pikemen. Maybe that's the reason why they are so expensive. They cost 400, but they are countering a unit which costs even more than that. Ave is pinging and saying, what is going on with my furnace? He is speechless. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it, but Ave, the player who was leading 2-0, has lost 3 games in a row.